Hello again. We're going to talk about the engine a little bit. So one of the main reasons why I wanted to go with a small block was because this was when the technology of the Pro Charger started coming out. There's a guy that also had a I believe it was 89. Yeah, I think it was an 89 GTA Trans Am. And we had to get a custom built intake put onto it so that we can put a Pro Charger supercharger onto it. At the time, there was FAST, which is an acronym for Fuel, Air, and Spark Technology. They were one of the original, I guess, major companies that would do ECU tuning back then. And we always tried to get this car running, and we always had trouble until we kind of figured out through the map sensing and all that kind of stuff that it was actually, the tuning was built for a V6, not a V8, so it was having issues. That eventually got resolved and the car was able to be on the street. But that's where my initial idea was, to have a small block built with a decent amount of power to begin with, and then you add the supercharger onto it for underneath the hood, so that I guess it would be like somewhat of a sleeper. Now that the technology has come a lot further, it's obviously a lot cheaper than what it was back then, but it's still expensive. Now with the LS-based engines, are actually some of the best platforms to be able to build for that, because you can build a 408 stroker and have 500 or 600 horsepower on the street, just with a 408 stroker LS engine. That's without any power adders, that's without turbos, that's without a supercharger, that's just the 408 stroker, forged internals. You have to bore the engine over 30 over, just like how back in the day they used to do 383 strokers out of 350s. So you're getting good power, you get good mileage, you get reliability of the LS engine, and yes, it just makes it a lot easier. That's why everyone's doing these LS swaps. So similarly, back then, most of the reasons why people went with Chevys, doing Chevy swaps and Chevy engines, is because they're cheaper and easier to get parts. Back then, it was probably double the price to do a Ford engine, and it was harder to get parts. We always had issues trying to get parts for Mustangs and all that kind of stuff back then. Whereas Chevys, they're readily available, they're cheaper, and just they get as much power. Same thing goes even now with the LS engines. That's one of the main reasons why I relatively steer towards an LS engine, because it is cheap, readily available. You can go to a junkyard, get parts, you can fix them up, do whatever you may need. With that being said, it's not that I have anything against Ford engines or any other engine. I'm a car guy. I like pretty much all vehicles, all engines, whatever it may be. It's fun. That's what it comes down to. It's fun building stuff with your own two hands. That's what it comes down to, and having fun and enjoying it. That's what it's all about, and the ability to be able to share that and learn from others, and to be able to share the passion with others, brings people together, and we get to have fun while doing it. So, goodbye. Like and subscribe. Have fun. Enjoy your days. Enjoy your weekend.